Welcome to Eclipse Yourself. In this video, I'm going to take you through the shared component down here in the bottom right. There's a shared tab that's there. So this is for anyone who has the Plus Share add-on applied to their Eclipse Yourself. I'm going to tap on shared. So by default, what we've done with Plus Share to let people get a bit of a feel with how it works is that your own profile card will show. As other people send you a share request to be able to view their data, you can accept, and then a new card will also start appearing here. So great for groups, squads, sport teams, organisations, friends, family, where you can set up obviously a group of approved users who can share their data via the iCloud sharing platform that was set up with Eclipse Yourself. Right, so when I've logged on here, I can see I've got a card for everyone. That's showing the total sort of Eclipse balance. So everyone looks to be in balance, except for Natalie, where I can see the recovery is out of balance and also the readiness is out of balance. The grey area here for Bud, I can see that just means he hasn't updated in the past 24 hours in the one day, but everyone else has a clear picture, and it shows the last time that a refresh of the data was done. So when I first load up the share, by default, it will go and connect and bring through any updated information, or I also have a manual refresh in the top right corner. At the bottom here, we have different views and filters and things that we can apply. I won't run through each of them, but some examples are, let's say, top list here in the view. So that's going to then break it up into a different view where I can see actually all the different gauges that's there and see an average of the calories being burnt per day. I've got a trio view, which is similar again, where it's putting the activity, the recovery, and the readiness in one. Let's say I mainly want to look at the activity. This is a really good one where it can change the actual activity gauge. I might say rank by who's doing the most activity at the moment to the least, or I can tap activity again, and that'll go from the least to the most. So you can sort of apply different views and different sorts and filters to each of the parts here. So if I keep scrolling across, we might just want to look at recovery for those capturing sleep or readiness. With filters down here in this view, I've got a number here where we've tried to just use nice common speak words on how things work. So you can obviously go, show me everyone who's balanced today, show me everyone who's maybe sluggish. So Natalie with her readiness being down, so it's going to filter and just put her through. Show me everyone who's pushing at training. I've got no one. Show me everyone who's easing. All those sort of things. So it's great for just being able to filter with sort of a common speak work. Show me everyone who's tired and things like that. Groups down here. This is where I can actually drill into a user and I can assign a group to them. So let's say with Becky, I wanted to add her into a group. I can tap on her profile, scroll down here, and there'll be an option here called add to group. As soon as I set up a group there, that will add Becky to the group, and it will also be an option for a filter down here. So multiple people can belong to multiple groups. There's no restriction in terms of how many groups you can belong to. And it's a nice way of being able to sort of split for, especially those larger squads where you have a number of players and users on here who you're sharing data with. So yeah, the main thing on the share here, I'll go back to the profile view, is that I can then tap into the data here. So I go into Rod, I can see that Rod's profile here, I can see where his gauges are at, and I can start to see where his recent workouts are coming through here. I can look at his today's recovery that's come through. I can see that his readiness is up quite well. And then I can look at more sort of trends and analysis here with all but 7-day views. So any information that's accessible to you, and provided that the shared user has provided you with permissions to be able to see that data, then you can see up to 6 months of data coming through. So once again, if I went into Rod, I tapped on his activity, I can see up to 6 months of activity road to success for him. So if I wanted to even look back in April at what he was doing at that time, and drill in and look at some of the workout data, that's where all this information then comes through. So don't forget the shared one is also customized for the iPad view. The iPad view is quite great, where you get so much more real estate with the cards and being able to see a lot of the information on one screen. So there'll be another video that you can reference for the iPad. But that's the share component, the nuts and bolts. Remember to also, there's a link in help here called Learn About Plus Share, and this web page that it goes to will give you all the different details about using the share, how to set it up, and managing access and things like that. All right, thank you. Hope that helped.